everyone, Leslie Bada with Bada Cats. I thought it would be helpful to see what you need to do to take care of your kitties once you have trapped them. So I have 6 kitty cats here that we have trapped. They have already had their spay and neuter surgery. I just actually got them back. I do have them out here in our garage. It is winter here, so it's a little cold outside. It's in the 30s. So I do have a small space heater running to keep them warm. But regardless of the season, I always try to make sure that the cats are raised. So you can just see I have some 2x4s here. And then we also have pee pads underneath. So that way if kitty does pee or poop in their trap, then maybe some of it can fall through. And that'll help to keep their trap a little bit drier and cleaner. But regardless, when they are in your care, you do still need to make sure that they are getting appropriate attention. And so some of the things that I like to do is I do feed them just canned food. I don't do water because typically a trapped cat, they're just going to spill it. And then you're gonna have their bedding is gonna be wet and it's gonna be uncomfortable for them. Cats usually get their water through food anyway, so just do a little can of food, and I think that's the easiest thing to do. And I usually do the smaller ones of the Fancy Feast, but any canned food would be great. I just put it into these little containers here. Before I became professional and was buying these little containers, I would just cut a paper plate in half. I think I have one around here. Give you an idea. So you just cut a paper plate in half, and this works really well too. Because then it doesn't take up a whole lot of room in their trap, and everybody usually has paper plates, so whereas you don't necessarily have these little disposable trays. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of show you what I do post-surgery. I also do this pre-surgery too. So these cats were trapped yesterday. So last night I pulled out their baited towel or newspaper, whatever it is that you're using, and then I go ahead and I refresh everything. And I try to clean it out as much as possible without the cat escaping. So that's the other key. You don't want a feral cat loose. So this is kind of how we do it. And today I have all 2-door traps. I like 2-door traps a lot better because a lot of times I can even do this without putting a divider in, but just for, these cats are a little bit more rambunctious, so I will use the divider. If you only have a single door trap, I strongly suggest getting some kind of a trap divider, because that was the one time that I had a cat escape and then I bought this. So I would invest in something like this. So really all we're gonna do is we're gonna uncover our buddy here a little bit, kind of find out where he is. Luckily he's already all the way into the back. And these traps are a little bit different because one, they're big, and then they're skinny. They have skinny holes here. So I need to really get this far back so that I can get it into one of the bigger holes. So another thing is these are fat cat traps. So they're a little bit larger than your normal traps, and so my divider doesn't go down all the way. On a typical trap, this would go down all of the way. So it makes it a lot easier. You end up having both hands to use. I usually only end up having one hand, but I think Scott's gonna help me. So what we do here is let's get our food. I try to get everything as ready as possible before I open. So I'll go ahead and get their food ready. This guy, his feeder calls him Simba, which is kind of funny because when I first saw him, called him Mufasa. He's a big orange boy. Okay, so as you can see, Scott has the divider. Simba's back there wondering what the heck has happened to him today. So, and you don't have to open this all the way. You can just open it enough to pull out the soiled, and it is soiled, ooh. Pull out the soiled towel. So I'm using a full bath towel today. A lot of times I just use a hand towel. This is just gonna give them a little bit more cushion and absorbency. But like I said, a lot of times I just use a hand towel, something like this. And I just try to cover as much of the trap as possible. So with the divider in, you can see that his towel did not go all the way back. So I will fix that in a second. The second thing I need to do is put his food in. So the food just slides really easily in with these two-door traps. Then of course you want to carabiner it, make sure he doesn't escape. So last thing is we're gonna try to move this towel so that Simba has as much square footage as possible, like so. Simba has a cozy trap now. And then we're gonna go ahead and cover him up. So when I'm working with the cats, I do leave their doors open so I can kind of see in there, unless they're really upset and vocal. Or if they're charging the trap, just keep them completely covered. This little girl has been especially upset. You can see she's nosing right here, trying to get out. So I figured it's probably best to keep her covered a little bit more. And once we turn off the lights, then they'll also be a little more calm and more prone to eat too. A lot of times I'll come out here and they haven't eaten at all. And then it's like once the lights are out, they know that there's no humans that are gonna bug them, and then they start to eat. So again, this is what they get fed the night before surgery and the night after surgery is 1 can of food. I really don't go more than that because I don't wanna risk them getting ill. And then again, make sure that you keep your garage or wherever you are keeping the cats overnight as climate controlled as possible, because kitties post-surgery they cannot regulate their body temperature very well. So you wanna make sure that the area is warm enough for them, or it's also cool enough. So in the hot summers, you might wanna put a little window air conditioner in your garage. So that's how we take care of the ferals, and tomorrow is release day, which I'm sure you guys have seen that, and that's all. Thanks for watching. Bye.